Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Pavlak, and today I am going to tell you a story about how we lost and found one of our cats. A few years ago, this was probably I think 2009, my boyfriend and I were moving from one apartment to another, and for anybody that's owned cats, sometimes they are a little hard to wrangle. So one of our cats is actually a calico cat that we had rescued when she was a kitten. We got her through somebody we had met who had rescued her, and she was abandoned outside. So she's a very, very skittish cat, and she's very, very hard to catch whenever we need to take her to the vet or take her anywhere. So we were getting ready to move, and it was our first move. We had two cats, and one of our cats is very, very easy to catch, and he was all ready in his carrier to go. And when I had gotten our cat in the room, and closed the door, it was actually one of those just folding accordion doors, so it wasn't even a real door. But we'd gotten her in the room, and I was trying to grab her so I could put her in the carrying case. She ended up getting away from me and bolted through the accordion door and just ran somewhere. And to this day, I have no idea where she ran, because we then could not find her anywhere. So all our stuff was pretty much moved out of the apartment. There was almost nothing left there. We had gone through all the cabinets, looked under every nook and cranny in the closets, everywhere. It wasn't that big of an apartment, and we had already cleaned all our stuff out of it, so there really wasn't any furniture, anything that she could hide in, no couches, no nothing. So, short of taking the plaster off the walls and looking behind there, we could not for the life of us figure out where she had gone. And we were heartbroken. So we had actually saw that the front door, which was actually just, the screen door, was a little bit broken, and it was a little bit open. So we thought that she had just run outside and ran away forever. And we were absolutely devastated. We were already going through a tough day of a move, and then to lose a cat on top of it, it was a heartbreaking day for us. And we went and got everything moved into our new apartment, and we drove back to the town that our old apartment was in, and we started going door to door to all the neighbors, and we had signs made up, and we walked around the neighborhood, and we went there every day for about a week, and just looking everywhere. The house that we lived in was actually a two-story upper and a lower, and we were in the lower apartment, and so we had notified our tenants that were upstairs to keep a lookout as well to see if they saw anything. So we put up flyers and everything, and we were just devastated. We felt like we had lost a family member, and it was pretty much my fault, and I had lost her pretty carelessly. And then one day, maybe about a week later, we had gotten a call from our old neighbor that lived across the street, and she told me, "Hey, I'm so glad you found your cat." And I said, "We didn't find our cat." And she said to us, "Well, I'm looking out my front window right now, and I can see her in your window." And I said, "We don't even live in that apartment anymore." And she said, that's your cat. She's sitting in the window." So my boyfriend and I, we got in the car in a split second and drove to our old apartment. And we still had the keys to the place, and so we were able to get it open. And we went inside, and sure enough, there she was in the window. And when she saw us, she bolted again and was actually hiding under the stove. But I don't think that's where she was hiding before. But we got her out from under the stove, and she was absolutely famished. She was in a horrible state. She's been without, really food and water for about a week. So, we gently took her and brought her to our new apartment and just let her go, let her have the food and water, whatever she needed. And that was actually a pretty scary and ended up being funny story about how we lost and found one of our cats. And, she is very happy and healthy to this day, and she's currently living with us at another new apartment, and we actually have a better process now on how we move our cats whenever we have to move. So that's a story for everyone. All right, thank you everybody. I hope you enjoyed my story.